Drunk video. Put this up front. It's a drunk video. It's not drunk. I'm not completely drunk. No, I had 4 beers and I mixed it in with having sunstroke and cutting and lifting firewood. I'm sunstroked and I've had 4 beers. It seems like a lot more because, but you add in the sunstroke, the sun effect, and it just, it's like, how many? If you had a 12-pack, no, it's just 4 beers. Not even 4 beers. 2 lime margaritas and two of these. Anyway, I just wanted to add this into the video that you're about to watch because I got a response. After 2 days after I opened the case with the seller, with the thing, the album, and they went on and on and on, like eBay's going to read this and give a shit, right? Like they were on medication, the seller, this and that and whatever and blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, how about $25 partial refund? When she said she wasn't going to, it was all bullshit on her part. I knew she was full of manipulation and bullshit. That's what pissed me off so much. That's all she had to do was just say, okay. Okay, well, I'll have to wait and see. It ain't over until I get the refund. But it was just like, what was I thinking? Oh, that reminded me. I wanted to tell the story about being in high school. But back in high school, I can remember. Can any of you remember, did you go to high school in the early 70s? The government, the government forced the high school, I think, somehow to, or they came in. It's a weird thing. I only have vague memories of it lasting 3 days, 4 days. People came in, worked with the teachers, and they forced all the kids to take this whole giant slew of tests where you had, I remember like there were like pegs, putting round pegs in square holes and all kinds of weird dexterity and all kinds of tests. It was all an effort, I think, by the state, dun dun dun, to help you figure out what you could do with yourself when you grew up. After all that was over, and I was highly stressed by the whole thing, like I am in life. I get stressed. I'm anxious. I've been anxious ever since I was in high school. I went into the guidance counselor. I'm like, oh my God, here I am, the guidance counselor. You took the big, weird tests of the square pegs in the round hole. And I allow other people in the group to have an opinion and to express something. In fact, I was with the group of young people yesterday. They were so cute. I love young people. Because these young, they weren't completely self-absorbed like many young people. Because because they were in their 30s and they were like getting tired, and they had to take a breath. So the one kid wanted to be he's working in the casting arts foundry, making art sculpture out of bronze, but he wants to be a turret gunner in a B-17. And I said, look at you, you're too big. You have to be a waist gunner in a B-17. So I'm sitting in there, and the whole goddamn thing boiled down to, the guidance counselor looked at me and said, well, Mark, it looks like what all our monkey motion has shown us is that when you get out of high school, you can be an appliance repairman. How about that? Does that sound good? You know, as a kid, you're just sitting there thinking, an appliance repairman? I didn't even know what an appliance was at the time. That didn't help me at all. All that money they spent on all that monkey motion, the whole week of going around doing all that crap, didn't make the slightest impression on me. Appliance repairman. Now, you know, howdy everybody, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system. Oh, man. I think it's 90 degrees out, but I spent the last 4 days cutting firewood, and I finished the tree today. It was about a 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock job, cutting, bending over, cleaning up little broken sticks. It was a dead tree. The tree fell over, it exploded, and I got damn near most of them up. There were a few left that I couldn't because, anyway, sorry Joe, there's a few left in the yard, but I think you can manage. Woo! Anyway, what did I say, 8 to 2 o'clock, bending over and then picking up heavy stuff. At the end, you're rewarded with picking up the heavy stuff. I still had to cut the trunk up, the main trunk. And then what happens is you drive home, I had 45 minutes where I could just sit there and say, please God, don't let me pass out while I'm driving, because I'm hot and I'm tired. And I had a icy cold limerita in my cooler, and I was so thirsty, and I just couldn't. Said, no, don't do it, because it's not like in the old days when you could and you didn't have to worry about it. No, it's the new modern times where you have to worry about everything. Oh my God. So I got home, and then you're tired. People don't think about this. Well, there you go, you got the wood, but then you're home where nobody's around. It's like, look, a trailer, a 4x8 trailer stacked with the big heavy pieces because it's lower, and it's, you pick up, it's not, and then the half-ton pickup truck loaded with the smaller stuff, and then you got to throw them in the wood pile. But I got enough wood to last about 6 weeks, I figure, in the winter. Pining for job opportunities from the 40s and 50s. And that got me to thinking about, like, jobs today. In the military, you got the guy sitting in the air-conditioned hut with the joystick, with the drone, looking for the terrorist. He sees the terrorist and he punches the button. The missile goes down, and it goes down and blows up the terrorist. And he's like, he's not even sweating or full of the heat of battle. He's not full of the heat of battle. He's in the air conditioning, and he's drinking probably not a limerita because he's on duty, but maybe a nice hot tea. Maybe, probably because they're young, he's drinking one of them energy drinks. I don't know. Anyway, but it's not like when you were a waist gunner in a B-17, you're freezing to death, you're in the sky, the Nazis are coming in, you're with the 50 caliber machine gun, you got the noise, you got the Nazis coming in, you got the tracers and the flak, the noise, the smoke, the navigator has got his arm shot off and he's screaming and he's running around and there's blood spurting everywhere. It's not like that anymore. Those were the good old days. Where was I going with this? No complaining today. That's not complaining, that's just what you do. Oh, then you get home and then you unload the truck and the trailer. See, it is complaining. That's number 185 in the book of complaints, is cutting firewood. Now, I should move that up to a number like 32 or something. What are you going to do? Anyway, never mind. Okay, so then you got to put all your crap away. You'd be surprised how much crap it takes to cut firewood. Cutting firewood, cutting trees down is like an engineering process. When people cut trees down in your yard and you complain about how much it costs, you need to think about how dangerous it is and how much talent it takes to figure out how to cut especially if they're climbing and they're doing special roping and cutting and all that stuff. They deserve every penny they get, those guys, okay? And then when the tree's on the ground, limbs are bent and you're not paying attention and you cut it and the limb goes whoop, and the guy next to you is like got a broken leg and you're like, ha ha, I'm glad that wasn't me. And then the worst thing is when you're tired. It's like, I got to make one more cut, and you're not kind of paying attention to the engineering process, and the tree goes the way you didn't want it to, and then your saw's like, I can't get my saw, I'm so tired, and nobody's around, and you don't have a bar. See, I carry a heavy metal bar with me, and you get your saw out. And then you've got to clean the saw. You got to take it all apart. I did a video about that. Taking it completely apart, you need your compressed air, and you got to clean it up, and you got to put it back, because the next time it's ready to go. That's it. See, I did that, and my arm went off. I could see my arm was off the screen. That wasn't framed right. It needed to be framed more like. Geez. Anyway, there's one record in the mail. Now, I just wanted to point out that it doesn't matter. Everybody that sells records is not going to send you a record in a box made to send the record. Recently, I don't have any examples handy, but somebody I bought records from has new boxes. And it's basically the standard 13 by 13 box, although a little more lightweight. Inside, a heavier 1-inch, like about a 1-inch box. It's really nice. It's hard to get into, frankly. Okay. I have no idea what this record is, but I'm going to open the...
When trouble is in my way, and I can't tell my night from day, when I'm tossed from side to side, like a ship on a raging tide, I don't worry, I don't fret, God has never failed me yet. Troubles come from time to time, but that's alright, I'm not the worrying type, 'cause I've got confidence. God's gonna see me through, no matter what the case may be. Well, I know He's gonna fix it for me. Some people wonder how I smile, even though I go through trials. How can I have a song when everything is going wrong? I don't worry and I don't fret, God has never failed me yet. Troubles come from time to time, but that's alright, I'm not the worrying type, 'cause I've got confidence. God's gonna see me through, no matter what the case may be. Oh, I know He's gonna fix it for me. Job was sick, oh Lord, till the flesh fell from his bones. His wife, cattle, and children, everything that he had was gone. Job, in his despair, he knew that God still cared. Restless days and sleepless nights, but that's alright, I'm not the worrying type, 'cause I've got confidence. God's gonna see me through, no matter what the case may be. But I know He's gonna fix it for me. I've got confidence. God's gonna see me through, no matter what the case may be. Well, I know He's gonna fix it for me.